Welcome to the Pearls of Wisdom podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Hey everyone, this is Guy with Jewelry Store Marketers, and we are here at the Atlanta Jewelry Show March 2023, and I'm here again with Chuck Kaler with Anthony Jewelers. And
Southern Jewelry News,
and
Mid-America Jewelry News.
Southern Jewelry News and Mid-America Jewelry News. And our special guest right now is Anish Desai of Star Gems. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And yeah.
Oh, look, look at you. Here comes your.
All right.
Here comes your beer.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
And
There
cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
And now, one of the reasons I wanted to bring Anish in is because through the years, I've written about you probably a dozen times, maybe 15 times, about all of the various and sundry things you come up with. But I want everybody to actually get to meet Anish, that you've read about him quite a bit, but actually just kind of find out a little bit about who he is, what he does, where he's based out of. So, Anish, where's your, y'all are based out of Atlanta here for your U.S. operations.
We are based in Atlanta and Chicago.
Okay.
So that's two.
Oh, that's right. Y'all have the
Diamond Division.
The Diamond Division up there.
That's right.
For some reason, I always.
Now, we're two separate independent companies, but we're still under the Star Gems group, is what it is. So that's what it is. But I do love that name, Pearls of Wisdom, that I see up here.
Name of the podcast. So.
Yeah.
That's it.
But so now with Star Gems, I guess the first thing is let's just ask the question. What's new? What do you got? Every time I see you, there's something new. What is it this time?
So, very interesting. You know, the way we always think about is being in the space is what drives me is really the fact that, okay, and when we identify those problems, what is the real solution for those problems?
Okay.
Whether it's in the jewelry end of the industry, whether it's in the tech side of the industry, whether it's servicing a customer need, and that is what is the driving force of how we think. And so based off of that, just to give you a little example, I mean, everybody does CADs, and everybody does this, but there is a process in place, and that process, I can proudly say, the way we have invented that process and streamlined it is really what makes it super easy to process custom.
Okay.
And that's a secret sauce. I mean, this sauce is got a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, if you do a lot of bridal, then there's a lot of moving parts, and you're looking for that secret sauce to make it easy.
Right. And so that secret sauce is really a lot of moving parts. And every time we come across and feel like, okay, this is somewhat we can improvise because it's a need, is how we introduce new things. So in the most recent times, we introduced a really great design artist within our team, and he can sketch phenomenal. And this is just a step in the right direction, because a lot of retailers don't know when they have 6 rings coming in and trying to figure out what really the customer wants, and how do you place all these stones from all these different pieces. So that's a pretty cool thing.
So you actually have a sketch artist that can take it and sketch it out
and professionally sketch it out with option 1, option 2, option 3. Mm-hmm. And what do you like, and then he can actually go and take that customer's vision, because now he wants to make changes, and it saves time, because sketches are a lot more faster than CAD is.
Okay. Well, now what just cost to have a sketch done? I know it's all going to be dependent, but is it $1,000 or $100?
So here's the difference between how we do. We do not piecemeal anything in pricing.
Okay.
And part of that is when you own a large manufacturing facility, everything is in-house.
Okay.
So it's like, you run a payroll. If you have, 350 employees in the factory, you are running a payroll. Whether you do one job or you do 30,000 jobs, doesn't matter what it is, you still have a payroll.
Yeah.
So you do not piecemeal anything out over there, but it kind of gives the big advantage of the fact that everything is in one place. Mm-hmm. Nobody has to go.
And what is that place? Where is it located?
So that manufacturing happens in Mumbai, in India.
Okay. And you've told me before, but you've got a big operation over there.
So we do, and we service thousands of retailers actively, literally process hundreds of orders, and we have one of the largest database of CADs that actually we opened up to easily access for other retailers. And why? Because, you know, why did we make a piece? Because it was readily not available in the market.
Yeah.
And so that is the reason why we make. If it was readily available, there's awesome, great companies in our industry you can lean on.
Well, you know, I had a customer yesterday that came in and she just stumbled in and needed to get her finger sized because her boyfriend they're starting to have that conversation. So I just asked her, I just looked at her and I go, show me on your phone, show me a picture of what you want. And she's like, I really don't have one. And I'm like, come on, show me a picture. She goes, no, it's that new that I really don't know what I want. And I said, all right, well, let me show you what you're going to want, and then I'm going to show you why you don't want it. And I went back because I had in a ring for repair, and it's this thin band that had all the little micro pave diamonds on it, and then had like a 1.5 carat diamond. So 2 of the diamonds on the side were missing, and the head's all bent over. And I told her that, you know, the reason it is every time she puts her hand in her pocket, it's catching on that. And I was telling her about you, actually, and I said, so what we would end up doing is, if you want that look, I'm not saying the look is wrong, it's the manufacturing. I said that I've worked with a guy, and I'm talking about Star Gems, and I said that whatever picture it is you find, I will give that picture to Anish. And then Anish will then, because if they don't have it in CAD, they can put it in CAD, and then they will actually manufacture it correctly. And then we'll add bulk and thickness where it needs to be.
And the sending style.
Yeah. And so, but it's just one of those that's what I usually use Anish for, is when somebody comes to me with something on Pinterest or whatever, I send it to them, and then they actually manufacture it correctly so the customer gets the look they wanted, and then they also get the manufacturing. But something about Star Gems that I always find kind of unique and interesting, that, like, you take my company, I do a lot of trade work.
Right.
So that's kind of my thing, that I do trade work. Well, even though y'all don't do like repair work, y'all do trade custom work. But another part of your company is y'all do the texting and all of the website and all of the integration from a customer coming in. And like, tell us about some of those outside of the manufacturing side, all of the other cool stuff you do.
So, you know, once you are in the space, you have a customer, and a customer has multiple needs.
Exactly.
And so once you identify those needs and you look at the space and figure out there's nobody offering these services really, truly, and honestly in the way it should be, with the knowledge, foundation, whatever it needs to do, is how we create those solutions.
Right.
And so that solutions kind of helps out in the space and really fuels their business growth. And that's the ultimate reward you can ever have.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is that you and I have talked a little bit. Hello,
Right.
how are you? I haven't had much, conversation with you, but I do see on social media how many people love Anish.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm serious. People.
That's because I hadn't met him yet.
Yeah. That's Anish. Oh, forget it. No, but I see it. I see people, JHJ or others, RJO, IJO, whatever. They love Anish. I see people saying that the quality that you make is amazing. The service with the email and is amazing. A lot of people really love what you're doing. You've created an amazing company with people, raving fans. What is it that how did you do that? What was it that?
With a very simple
what's
purpose
your
in life.
vision? Yes.
With a very simple purpose in life, and that is, let's help you grow. And it starts from a very simple thing, because when a customer comes into your network today, he's coming in for something he doesn't know you exist.
Right.
And the mere fact that he has responses faster than anywhere else, the ability and the ease of how to use any of the services you offer is really going to make you separate out from the rest. And then comes the ingredients, right? I mean, just like the recipe, right? So you got to have the right ingredients to make that recipe. And that is really, truly a finesse and a very good art to do it. So you have to learn, and we were not perfect. We learned that through the feedback. But as a company, you always, as a store owner, also they always take in their feedback, and they're constantly improvising, right?
Right.
And so that's what it is. But you got to love coming into work. It's got to be your passion. We're not in this for the money part. That was different in my younger years, but the passion truly drives it.
That's great.
Hey, it beats having a real job any day, doesn't it?
Yes, that is so true.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear in life. One day I'm going to have to get a real job. I've avoided it since 1978. So,
Right.
You know,
Amazing. How do people get a hold of you?
simply, stargems.com is one of our domains. Textmechat.com is one of our other domains. Cloud Website Solutions is the third company domain, and we have 2 more in the works. So
All right.
we will always be growing.
yeah, they've always got something. And if you just have a job, somebody comes in with a picture on Pinterest that I don't even have to ask. I know this email by heart. It's sales@stargems.com. You just send them that picture to sales@stargems.com, and within an hour or 2, you'll get a quote back on what that they'll make it. But the beauty of it is it's not a mass-produced piece. They're going to take the picture you send them, they're going to make one of it, and they're going to have very high-quality craftsmen. They're going to do the wax work, they're going to cast it, and their setting work is spectacular. And you're going to actually get an incredibly well-manufactured piece that you couldn't get off of Etsy, Pinterest, or a lot of the mass-produced pieces out there.
Right.
Wow. They'll make the exact same piece, but they'll only make one of them for you, and it's done impeccably. So that's why I've always used Star Gems.
Brick and mortar stores have to stand in front of the customers.
Absolutely.
The online shopper does not have to stand in front of the customer.
Yeah, let me try to get customer service on the phone. No way.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
and there's our timer. So
Well, I get when I grow up, I want to be a niche. I want to have this.
Oh, you are already doing
look,
great
look,
job. So
Look,
then
he
you're right
always
there.
looks great. Has a great company. People love him.
yep. Anish, thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Thank
oh my
you.
God! Thank you for doing this.
Uh-huh.
This
All
is
right.
awesome.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. Now
So-
I'm not.
You nervous? Thanks for listening to the Pearls of Wisdom Jewelry Podcast. For more information about the show, please visit southernjewelrynews.com/podcast, brought to you by Southern Jewelry News and Jewelry Store Marketers. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you can catch the next show. See you then.